before, there was a question on the New York State Regents about economic systems. And it said, identify one economic system that has been used or is being used, and discuss the historical circumstances surrounding the development of that economic system, and describe two features of the economic system, and evaluate the impact of the economic system that it had on society during a specific historical period. And the one that I would pick, the economic system, would be manorialism. And if you look here at this diagram, come up nice and close. This is a picture of a medieval manor. And you might see it as feudalism. This essay exam asks for manorialism. And you'll notice that there's a number of different things as a church and a three-field system and a mill and a bakery and a pasture and a barn and a church. Everything on the manor was there. And we'll come back and reference that later on. So this system, this economic system, happened in Western Europe, and it was going on, these are rounded off years, between 800 and 1300 AD. And basically, manorialism happened after the collapse of the Roman Empire. And we'll just go over to the map here. And this is Europe, Western Europe. The Roman Empire was in this area here, and it was huge and it was very powerful, but by 500 AD it had disintegrated, and there was no centralized government. So what happened under manorialism is that you had power being decentralized. And under that decentralized system, the local noble had the political power. And in a country, let's say like France, just make this box France. There was no leader for the whole country of France. What you had was the country being divided up. So that France was broken up into many different areas. So power was decentralized, and a noble in a particular area had the power. But we're talking about economic systems here. And economics has to do with providing the food and jobs that were necessary for people. And the manor was self-sufficient. Self-sufficient meaning whatever you needed, food, you could get on the manor. If you needed a place to get some wine, to get fruit, to get bread, to get a wagon built, to get wheels built, you would find them on the manor. Everything was there. There was no reason to leave the manor. And therefore, in terms of economics, in France, people didn't travel around. The normal people who were there didn't travel around because whatever they needed, they could get. On the local level, you had barter. Barter being people would exchange goods. You could exchange goods for goods. You could exchange goods for service. If you were the baker, you would exchange your service as a baker for food from one of the people that were on the manor. the vast majority of people on the manor were serfs. But that's a social issue. Under manorialism, the manor provided economic protection. Whatever you needed was there. The workers on the manor provided economic protection for the lord of the manor. The lord of the manor turned around. Listen, going back to that, the people on the manor worked for the lord of the manor. So they helped him, they provided food for him. He gave them economic protection by giving them land to work on. So everybody was protecting each other. So going over this economic system, manorialism involves a self-sufficient place. You don't have to leave. Everything you need is there, including also you had religion. And in the Middle Ages, the Catholic Church was the dominant force in Western Europe. And the area of the world that we're talking about here for manorialism is Europe, right? Predominantly Western Europe, in the area that used to be the Roman Empire. So it was self-sufficient, political power was decentralized, local nobles had the power, mostly local trade involving barter, not much trade going outside of the areas. There wasn't much town life because people, the vast majority of people lived on the manor. Okay, so as an economic system, this is a good one to describe because if you get a picture of the manor in your head, you had fields, the 3-field system. At any one time, you're only using one in the fall, one in the spring, and one of them was not used, so that the next year it was fertile. Then they would pull one of the other fields out, and it would lie fallow, fallow meaning not used. So whatever you needed was there. And in explaining why people didn't leave back then, when the Roman Empire collapsed and there was no centralized government, it was dangerous to travel around. So why didn't people leave the manor? Because once they left the manor, there was nobody there to protect them. So they stayed local. Okay. How do we do on time?